gonna blush in a minute. I'd just like to start by actually paying tribute to Richard, because he goes up and down the country as our party chairman. He introduces people, and I think actually to have an entrepreneur and a businessman speak so optimistically about the potential and the future of our country outside of the European Union, it's hugely, hugely inspiring. So thank you, Richard, and thank you for setting this party up and getting it going. Ladies and gentlemen, something very, very special is happening in our country as we speak. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Look around. This is typically the size of a party conference these days, and the Brexit party is knocking them out 2 and 3 a week. This is not normal. We are living through an extraordinary time. That's it, raise those banners, raise them up. You know, we're living through an extraordinary time, and why? Because we're saying we will not roll over. We won that referendum, and yet Theresa May, her language now as our Prime Minister, she talks about getting it over the line. What over the line? 39 billion for absolutely nothing. Slave state and an EU colony, and that's what Conservative MPs call it, never mind anyone else. We're not going to roll over, we're not going to accept it. And so we stand in these European elections, and we're fighting hard to win. Because, and I don't know if you've heard this guy, Nigel something or other, you'll hear from him a bit later. He gives the EU, I think, some very good advice in that European Parliament. Once or twice if they'd listened to it, whereas on the euro or the migrant crisis, they might be in a far better position than they are now, but hey. And he warned them. He's given them fair warning again. He said, if you allow these European elections to go ahead, they can expect hordes of Eurosceptic MEPs in that European Parliament. Do you know what I say? Let's not disappoint them. And I think what we've seen with these crowds and in the recent elections where we saw an extraordinary number of spoilt ballots, you know, people that angry, that frustrated, that they didn't just sit at home, but even just at a local election, went and spoilt their ballots time after time, writing the word Brexit. Well, isn't it fantastic that on the 23rd of May, you don't just have to write Brexit on your ballot paper, you can vote Brexit on your ballot paper, and we can win this election. So I hope you'll agree with me, you know, to see this party practically from nowhere to leading a national poll, several national polls, something very special is happening. And I want you all to remember, you're part of this. You are part of history. We did it in 2016. We're going to do it in 2019. We are not going to roll over. We are not going to submit. We are going to get the Brexit that we voted for. Thank you very much for your support.
Brilliant. We'll take your papers. Isn't it great?